This boy possessed the extraordinary ability to perfectly replicate the superpowers of others simply by touching their bodies. However, due to a minor incident where a nuclear-contaminated water disaster caused an earthquake and seawater overflow, a global biological mutation, known as the Overlord Flower, took over the entire stadium. Duanfei, however, plunged headfirst into the Overlord Flower's abdomen, only to find his abdominal cavity fused with the stadium. All the humans it had devoured had lost their souls, becoming puppets. Then, the Overlord Flower used its vines to conjure a human face. "Blame it," it chuckled. "Blame the minor incident for giving us the opportunity to mutate." The Overlord Flower had a penchant for observing racial warfare, so it immediately released the puppet within its body, attempting to break Duanfei's spirit. However, a single cry of "Brother!" froze Duanfei in place, and the Overlord Flower immediately revealed an expression of enjoyment. The next instant, Duanfei's inner power surged forth. "Doing this will only make your death more gruesome." He swiftly darted into the Overlord Flower's internal space because of its devouring ability. The skill could absorb the life force of everything. Not a single vine dared to approach Duanfei. Relying on his memories from his past life, Duanfei walked towards the core of the Overlord Flower, because the energy frequency was highest there, and the essence should be located there. The Overlord Flower panicked immediately. "How do you know about the essence?" The next second, wielding 2 daggers imbued with his devouring ability, he blasted open the vines enveloping the essence, exposing the dazzling source crystal inside to the air. This could be interpreted as the Overlord Flower's origin. Then, Duanfei activated his devouring ability. "Since that's the case, then I'll accept the result." The next second, the evolution tree within Duanfei preemptively entered the garden. "Why did you suddenly appear?" Sensing the roots of the evolution tree, the Overlord Flower didn't resist the human. "Why do you have such pure plant energy within you?" Because of the evolution tree's greedy absorption, Duanfei immediately entered the temple space. "Why did you preemptively absorb my Overlord Flower?" At this moment, the evolution tree was entirely azure, like glass. It replied, "This way, I can extract more pure energy." Duanfei was annoyed. Jinbao and the evolution tree had both evolved to FG level while he was still stuck at level 1. But then the evolution tree prompted him to unlock a new skill. It turned out that the devouring ability had mutated along with the evolution tree's evolution, and the ability contract skill allowed him to form contracts with other ability users and completely replicate their awakened abilities. The number of contracts increased with skill upgrades. Duanfei suddenly understood. The devouring ability could be used to collect fragments from zombies, and the ability contract skill could replicate other people's abilities. Wasn't that perfect? But he learned from the evolution tree that there was another powerful being in the Qinchuan core area, the one the evolution tree truly desired. And where the plant-type zombies were located, precious life energy would surely be produced. Seeing the sudden death of the tyrant flower, Li Feng and the others anxiously wanted to go in and check if Duanfei was all right. Sure enough, the bottom of his eye was where the life energy was stored. Just then, Chun Jiahao carried the injured Jinbao into the stadium. I happened to pass by and saw him lying in the ruins, so I brought him along. Duanfei immediately called Chun Jiahao over to interpret the energy, saying, "Thank you for your hard work. Jinbao, soak in it for a while, and your injuries will heal quickly." 20 minutes later, Li Feng also soaked in the life energy. Duanfei told Qin Jiahao to go down as well. This life energy could not only heal any injury but also improve physical fitness. You too have just awakened your abilities, so you can go down and enhance your skills. Duanfei's real purpose was to try out the ability contract, and activating the contract required 10 billion energy fragments. Duanfei had devoured countless level 1 energy fragments while fighting the zombie horde. With that, Duanfei placed his hand on Li Feng's shoulder to activate the ability contract, and the result was perfect. A replica of the A-level ability, Shadow Temple. It's simply amazing. This is far better than collecting energy fragments. Too many. Jinbao, you rest for a while. I'll go try out the new skills. Nighttime is Shadow Assassin's domain, but Duan Fei's purpose was to collect a large number of energy fragments and try to get Chan Jiahao's gravity control contract as well. This feeling of escaping into the shadows is just too exhilarating. Combining Duan Fei's level 5 detection ability with his near-invisibility and assassination skills, and in his tea-drinking state, Duan Fei could also unleash his S-rank ability, devouring, instantly consuming zombies wherever his shadow passed. With his ability to purify points, Duan Fei, now shrouded in darkness, was like a shadow king. Duan Fei couldn't help but marvel. Shadow Strike combined with his devouring ability made wiping out a batch of low-level zombies seem like child's play. However, Duan Fei's detection sensed a peculiar aura. It was neither human nor zombie. Not far away, a zombie was dancing ballet, while a little girl sat happily clapping on the shoulder of a giant zombie. "Little Bone, how about we draw?" At this moment, the giant zombie seemed to sense danger. The little girl's innocent face was now serious. "Someone's coming again?" The next instant, Duan Fei dispelled his Shadow Strike skill. "That aura is clearly here. Why can't I see anyone?" The giant zombie, receiving the command, immediately charged at Duan Fei, only to instantly kill him with a single casual strike. The girl stabbed him. "Why are you here? And I clearly have spies everywhere. Little Bone will apologize if he kills me," Duan Fei thought, looking at the cute but fierce little brat. Suddenly, something occurred to him. "What? Controlling zombies?" He leaned down and asked, "Little sister, what's your name?" The girl immediately made a face. "Unless you apologize, Anya won't answer your question." Memories of Anya's past life exploded in Duan Fei's mind. Before, she was the S-rank Black Queen Anya, known for her ruthless killing. Now she was just a little girl.